We're on our way to go outside to. What are we going to do, Lily?
Find egg. Bucket cheese.
Easter 2000.
Bucket cheese.
Grammy going too.
Easter cheese. Grammy going. Bucket cheese. Come on, Mom.
They have so much medicine for cancer patients now that they didn't have before. Like there was a movie, Julia Roberts, where she was taking care of this sick man, and I think it's called Dying Young. Anyway, he would be throwing up. He had cancer, no hair, throwing up and all that. And so it wasn't like that with Mama. They had so much medication to keep her from feeling nauseated, being nauseous, and also just, you know, things. When you're taking that chemo, you could have breakouts in your mouth, so they give her the mouth rinse. What else? Just so much care that has to go into a person with cancer. So she did well for quite some time, and then it came she left the hospital, and instead of staying on the chemo, I think I already said this, she went on a pill because she kind of got tired of being in the hospital. And you know, we advised her to stay on and get her chemo done with, you know, her rounds of chemo, but she chose to come out on the pill, and the pill is like a band-aid anyway. So she came out on the pill, and the cancer came back with a vengeance. And so so when she went in this last time, cancer came back, and they said her body was too weak to go through chemo, so they was gonna try the pill. So she was on a chemo pill. She was on a pill. It was a trial pill. It hadn't even been, it hadn't been out long. So she went ahead and got the pill, and the news was that she could take the pill, but after that, that would be the last thing that they would try. You know, so it was not good. So she was on the pill and, you know, doing okay with the pill. Well, we thought she was doing okay with the pill.
Somebody can use.
Wow. Wait a minute. There we go. So Mama came home knowing that the pill may or may not work, and so I remember the last weekend I went, me and Kenneth and the kids went to my sister's house, and that's how we go. And I remember getting to the house, and I don't know if I blew the horn or what, but anyway, I got Mama to come down the steps and open the door. And when she got there, she seemed a little sad, and she was like, "Yeah, y'all come on in. I get so lonesome here." She said, it's so quiet. I get so lonesome sometimes. So I felt good that we were there. And I would put Braxton in the bed with her, and I'm going to insert some video of him in the bed with her. I would put him in the bed with her, you know, to kind of lift her spirits, and oh, she just enjoyed that. But I remember her saying, yeah, let the kids make the noise. I like to hear that noise, you know, because she said it was too quiet there. But so I remember the last time we went out with Mama was on Mother's Day. Mother's Day, we went to the Golden Corral to eat. It was my mother, my baby sister, and her daughter, Kenneth, and my kids, and my two aunts and a friend. Was that all of us? Yeah, we went to eat for Mother's Day, and there was a little bit of a discrepancy because we didn't want to drive to the Golden Corral that they wanted to eat at, so they gave in and came to the Golden Corral near us. I'm so glad they did, because had I missed that time, I would have been so hurt. So we went to eat at the Golden Corral, and then after that, my mother, we were going to go to my aunt's to have ice cream, homemade ice cream. Well, me and Kenna and the kids went home. We didn't drive because we had to drive to a different town, and we didn't want to drive, being it was hot and no air in the car, so we didn't want to put the kids through that. So they went on, and from what my aunt was telling me was that my mother laid in her bed the whole time she was there, and my aunt had to wash her linens because Mama's nose was running a little bit. Now, Mama took antiviral medication to keep her from getting sick when she was out, and she also had sinus troubles before, so her nose was running, but I'm gonna tell you, I think Mama knew that her time was about up, but she wouldn't say that to us. And I remember that day like it was yesterday. Like, I didn't, this just may sound weird, but like, you know how you can look at somebody, or you can look up on them, and the difference for me is I can look at you but not really look up on you. If I look up on you, that means I'm kind of reading you a little bit. I'm kind of seeing you, you know what I'm saying? And I sound like a weirdo, but it's a gift. I was born with a veil over my face, which is a thin layer of skin, and they say that people who is born with a veil over their face can see things or whatever. But yeah, so my point is, I didn't look up on my mother that day, and I feel like the Lord didn't let me look at her for real, because had I looked at her for real, I probably would have known that she wasn't gonna be here long. So anyway, that might have made sense to some of you, might not. Doesn't matter, doesn't change anything. So we went home, and then so that was the day before Mother's Day. Mother's Day was on a Sunday. We went on a Saturday. So I remember also Sunday, Mother's Day, we went to church, but before church even really started, I just left the church. Like, I was feeling something. I was feeling some funk. I don't know what I was feeling, but I didn't even stay at church. I'm telling you, for some reason, I didn't even go, because we had our Mother's Day on Saturday. I didn't even go to see my mother on Mother's Day. One of the reasons is because I was so funky and I could not describe what I was feeling. I didn't know what I was feeling. And for two, I'll get into this later, but I felt like my mother lived 45 minutes away from me, but all of my siblings were there. So I felt like, I called her on the phone and said Happy Mother's Day to her and everything, and that I was gonna try to make it there. I didn't know for sure. But I was like, let some of the other ones go who hadn't been around, let them go. Because I'm gonna tell you, when Mama was in the hospital and she first got her diagnosis, I blew my car up going up and down that road. I was not playing about my mama, and I still wasn't playing in the end. But I'm gonna tell you. So anyway, but what happened was my sisters went over to take her Mother's Day balloons and stuff, and when they got over there, she was bundled up, wrapped up in a sweater or coat, jacket, something, and they unwrapped her and took her temperature, and she had a fever. And so I don't know, my aunt called me. I know my aunt called me and she's serious about my mama. And anytime she call us crying about my mama, it's something serious. Like she could feel it. She can feel and see too. So she would call us and crying and stuff. And y'all, please go see about my sister. And whenever one of my siblings do, it's always a big deal. So this was an instance where my aunt was saying, y'all better, whatever. So so I called Mama. I said, Mama, what? I called my sister Sylvia, and I said, well, what's what? And she said that Mama had a fever. Well, my sister, my baby sister who she lived with, wasn't there at the time. And so when I called her, she was like, Mama keep telling me she doesn't have a fever. And so in my heart and mind, I felt like Mama was just sheltering me and my sister from really knowing she was sick. Really knowing that the pill really wasn't working. And so she kept telling my little sister, no, I don't have a fever. And I told my sister, yes, she does have a fever. Because I was on the phone with Sylvia when she took her temperature the second time. They took it the first time, unbundled her, and then the second time, she went back in a couple of hours and she still had a fever. And so I was like, whatever, I'm calling up to the cancer center. So I called her doctor. And he was like, well, she could go to the emergency room tonight, but I'd rather her just come here to see us in the morning, because if she go tonight, then she's risking staying at a long stay at the ER. So I said, okay, that's fine. So here we go. Sunday was Mother's Day. Okay, so Monday morning, I called to wake Mama up and say, Mama, you get up, because you need to go go to the bone marrow unit and let them figure out why you have a fever. So I said, Mama, you up? She was like, no, I'm still in the bed. I was like, Mama, you got to get up. You got to get up and go to the tower so they can run your blood and see what's up. And she didn't want to go. So I called my sister, who was in the bedroom next to my mama, and I said, you probably need to get up so Mama can go. I said, they're waiting on her. The doctor said, tell her to come on in. So so I'm calling them back and forth. They in the same house, but one's in the bed in one room and one is in the bed in the other room. And I'm like, y'all need to get up. So my aunt, who lives near them, called my brother at work and told him, go get your mama and take her to see about herself, because mama had to drive to the city to the hospital. So my brother got from work and he picked my mother up. And okay, so I talked to Mama in the car. No, I called her back on the phone before she got in the car, and I said, Mama, you up? Somebody gonna have to help me. That's what she said. And I said, okay. So when she said that, I knew something wasn't right, but hindsight is always 20/20. So anyway, so Mama gets in the car, and I talked to Mama in the car, and I said, Mama, when you get there, make sure you tell them about the sore you have on your bottom. She had started breaking out on her bottom. Sorry, TMI.